That's great.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with the host, Vays. This is more going to be a live interactive session, and we are coming to you live from BitBlockBoom with Gary Leland. What an amazing event you are working on here.
You are too kind to say that.
No, it's really good. And man, amazing turnout. Everyone is just talking about how you put the seed on this from last year, doing it in the middle of the pandemic, and that was huge. You were the only conference that took place last year during a pandemic. Mine was just before that. And
I was going to correct you and say there were two.
I always forget. It's been so long.
We had the only two.
Yeah, and it's an amazing event. Having a great time. And this is now your full-time gig. You put everything, and now you're doing Bitcoin conferences, poking fun at shitcoiners, and awesome. We're gonna put the camera on your sponsors here. All Bitcoin companies right there. Do that so you can see them all.
It's it's hard to get sponsors because the big sponsors are all shitcoin companies.
Right.
And if you're doing a Bitcoin only conference, like 90% of the people are off limits to you at your conference as an advertiser. So, but we have some of the best that are true Bitcoin companies, because that's our deal. I'm a Bitcoin guy.
All right, so we're looking forward to already some great presentations. Parker, Moss, I'm gonna get Moss right now with this cycles, and it's
that was so great. That was so great.
It was great. Surfer Jim's first appearance as a speaker.
And Stefan Oliveira's first appearance in 2 years. He got out of Australia.
Yeah. Well, you're already taking away some of my introduction here. I gotta introduce the guy later. No, I'm having a great time. So glad I came as usual. It's my third time at BitBlockBoom, and hoping you do more of these. And it's incredible.
Thanks, Tone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to have me on. It's always an honor talking to you, my friend.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Get this off the way.
Yep.
And thank you.
All right, let me get Mark over here whenever he's ready. We're going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin, and then I do want to get Mark over here. He had a great presentation. And let's take a look at the charts. Oh, I forgot to even do screen share on Gary, but here we are. This is BitBlockBoom conference in Austin, Texas. It sells out because it's not going to be a huge conference like Bitcoin 2021. There is about 400 to 500 people here, and that's for me, that's also a limit for a really good conference. So same thing with unconfiscatable. That would probably be the limit for unconfiscatable once we grow to that size. And there is a live stream, guys. The live stream is on the 4-Minute Bitcoin Show by Gary Leland YouTube channel. I tweeted this out. There was only 50 people watching. The awesome presentations are coming up. I don't have a presentation at this conference this year. I did it last year and the year before. I'm going to be introducing Stefan Oliveira for his presentation around 4 p.m. Central Time, so 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But please check out the live stream. It is in the video description. Check it out. Support great true Bitcoin event. All right, let's look at the price of Bitcoin, and then I'm going to get Mark up here whenever he's ready. Take a peek at Bitcoin, and then I got a great little interview for you guys from one of the speakers. The weekly chart is exactly the same as it was yesterday. I don't think the price has changed since yesterday. So there's not going to be that much of a difference here on the weekly scale. Daily chart. Look, we're consolidating near the top. This is a very bullish sign to be consolidating near the top. By the way, hope the audio is good. Yeah, hope my audio video is good. And so we are consolidating near the top, and but look at the MRI. The MRI went back to a green count. Notice we did go into a 2 on a red count, but there was never a red star candle. There was also never a red star candle here, even though we went into a number 3 on the red count. So there was never a short trade on the table. In fact, looking at the daily chart based on MRI, there has not been a short trade on the table based on the star trading patterns. Mark, can I get you? Or are you heading to dinner? Heading to lunch? We're going to Texas barbecue. Let me get you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I got a barbecue here 5 minutes. Let me get to the house. Get you 5 minutes. You're gonna have to do your whole presentation in 5 minutes. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes.
You want me to do the presentation here?
Yep, right here. Boom. Oh yeah, I would love to just hold it. Just simple that way. Yeah, I'd love to get the slides for that.
For sure.
You talked about cycles, the technological cycle, the revolutionary cycle, and there was one more.
And
The financial cycle. And they all have approximately different lengths. Some of them are about 80, you know, I'll let you explain.
80-year financial
I paid attention
revolution.
I paid attention to our presentation for a change, guys.
There's an 80-year financial revolution cycle. There's a technological revolution cycle, which happens on a 50-year cycle. And then there's a political, social, cultural revolution cycle, which is 250-year cycle. And so all three of those, a 250, a 50, and an 80
decade,
are all converging this decade.
And you see Bitcoin as that next step to decentralize the world, because each of those revolutions helped decentralize the world in some way. But this is the ultimate one because it's money.
Well, I think really, if you understand everything's like cause and effect, so solutions come to problems. So it starts with a need. So problem, we have too much oppression, too much centralization. We need to reject that and go to decentralization. So that's the need. So then it makes sense that a technological revolution will come to solve that need, which is decentralized technology. And then financial markets move off of technological revolutions. Right. So the internet came and the whole financial market moved, like the FANG stocks dominate, right? So it starts with culturally. So we have too much oppression. We need revolution. We can see, we know that, right? And then so the technology brings us decentralized technology, and then that drives the financial revolution.
And you know what else I found really interesting in your slides is that most people consider the internet itself as the technological revolution, but you didn't have the internet on the slide. You had 1971 as the telecommunications revolution. And I thought that was very different than most other people who think about revolutionary technology.
Yeah, well, that's because a technological revolution changes things. The internet continued the trend. So it's a difference. So the internet continued the information age. It was a continuation of that. This is the value age, right? So it's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does to me.
So that's why when I
talk
about a technological revolution, a lot of people think an iPhone. And it's like, no, this was something that like they think Uber, Airbnb, but those extended the existing one. They're not creating a whole new one.
And this is why it's hard to explain why Bitcoin is going to be the only one to succeed and shitcoins are just shitcoins, because Bitcoin is not MySpace. It's not Google. It is the electricity grid. It is the discovery of oil for anything other than destroying your land.
And even more important than that, if solutions come to problems, then first you have to understand what the problems are. Unlimited money printing, Cantillon effect, censorship, and changing laws. So we need solutions to those. So we need fixed supply cap. We need censorship resistance, and we need immutable law. Now, when you know that's what we need, and the 8,000 coins that are out there, how many of them solve that?
No, it was I'm not going to keep a man from his meat. This is Mark Ross. Step up a little bit so you can see it in the camera right there. If you can shoot me your slides, I'll link to your slides.
I will.
I'll throw them in the description. I just want to do a shout out. So I learned about cycles from a man named Mark Armstrong. I don't know if you ever read his blog.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
But he always talks about these similar cycles, like 86-year cycle and others.
Yeah.
So a lot of that stuff also lines up with what he's been doing for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
I'll see you in a
Enjoy.
bit.
Enjoy your steak. All right, guys. I am skipping the meet at lunch to bring you guys this show. I'm hoping other people will randomly stroll through the conference room, but everyone went out to lunch. So if anyone comes in here, I'll try to bring you another interesting interview. Otherwise, maybe I'll go hit the pool for a little bit. Who knows? Let's see how I'm doing. Where's my? Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn the second mic off because I don't need it. Okay. All right. Now we can get back to the charts. All right. Let me take a look at your live chat, see if anything's going on. Mark Ross, guys, you can also watch his presentation. He just did it. All right. So if I go back to screen share, here was the last presentation before lunch. So on my video description, this video description, if you just rewind a little bit, This was basically his presentation. And that thing we were talking about where he did not have the internet as a revolutionary technology, he had just the telecommunications in general, and the internet was just simply part of that part. All right, anyway, let's go to the price. You guys can check it out. Just check out the presentation. All right, daily chart. As I was saying, there are multiple ways to trade the MRI indicator. That's why it always bothers me when people DM me asking me for like short-term access. Hey, can I just try out this indicator for a few weeks? And my answer to them is, you know, you kind of have to watch the 5-hour video to know how to trade it before you actually trade it. So this is why I don't like giving, you know, partial access or short time access. Hey guys, if you have something interesting to say, you're welcome to join the live stream in a few minutes. So the other way to trade the MRI is, of course, off of the MRI tops and bottoms. And we had a beautiful, I mean, we're going to look back at this in a few years, and we're going to say how this was the perfect MRI top, this MRI buy, sorry. And this came in real time. I did not put this arrow on afterwards. I did not change this code after this happened. A lot of people might think that. So that was turned out to be the perfect MRI buy. Did I jump all over this MRI buy? And the answer is no. It doesn't mean that the indicator was wrong. It just means that one interpretation of the indicator, I mean, the indicator was fine. I just ranked certain things ahead of my own indicator. And those things were general chart patterns, and the overall chart pattern did not make me very confident in this, in my own indicator, basically. And every time I do that, I learn a valuable lesson to trust the indicator over other things I rank higher in my analysis hierarchy. There was an MRI sell that was just 1 day off, which is unfortunate. The next MRI sell was absolutely perfect, 1 to 4 candle correction, and now we are trending higher. So what do we need? What do we need to be confident in the bullish case? Well, for me, there is almost nothing that can happen today that makes me confident in the bullish case, which is kind of good because today only has about 5 or 6 more hours, and I don't really want to see Bitcoin fly to $59,000 in the next 4 hours. However, if tomorrow's candle is trading above today's candle, and it kind of should do it, you know, not at like 11 p.m. tonight, but hopefully, you know, closer to morning time in the United States, that would create all the confidence I need to be ultra bullish on Bitcoin for that push to $53,000, $54,000 and potentially challenge the all-time high in the very near future. For now, we're just in a slight wait and see mode. If you're a hodler, if you're buying long-term, you guys know my answer. Should have bought Bitcoin yesterday. You're already too late by a day. So you're not that too late, but if you wait another day, you're going to be late by 1 day again. So you really want to get on that if you're going to hold it for the long term. In the short term, as a short-term trader, I would wait another, I don't know, 12 hours or so. And if the price is breaking 49,250 bucks in about 8 to 12 hours from now, maybe a little bit more than that, that would be plenty of confidence for me to be super bullish on Bitcoin. This is the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart is looking strong. We got our green star candle on the 1 hour chart. There's just this one hurdle right there. This is starting to look like a bit of a cup and handle pattern. This to me is a handle that's lasting a little bit too long, but still a fairly good candle. We can think of this as a big cup and that is as a candle. We do need to get back to that $49,300 range. And I do think that's going to happen over the next 12 hours. And a break of that should send the price up fairly quickly, break into a new swing high. There was a beautiful top right here. And hopefully within the next 12 hours, we break that to the upside once again. Bitcoin dominance isn't doing very good, which is surprising because I heard Ethereum is going through a little bit of an issue. I didn't really pay attention. I got more. I'm actually enjoying my time here at BitBlockBoom. GBTC is in an upwards channel, so I like that. So I remain fully 100% long in my retirement count in GBTC and patiently wait for the premium to go above zero. And then Grayscale should start buying up Bitcoin again, which should raise the price of Bitcoin. So the longer the ETF delays, the better it actually is for my position. But if the ETF comes, there could be more demand for Bitcoin from the ETF. So it all kind of balances out. As you guys know, I am bullish on gold once again by breaking this trend line. Gold's been a little messy this year, other than a perfect MRI sell and a perfect MRI buy and almost a perfect MRI sell. Since then, it's been a little bit tricky. I don't like these environments. Yes, it bounced perfectly off the MRI support. And this was a 1-4 candle correction followed by upside, but this was a nasty 1-4 candle correction. And this was not the kind of upside I would expect after a 1-4 candle correction. It should have, like, imagine if you remove this candle and you shift everything up, and then it looks more like a standard 1-4 candle correction than higher. Staying away from oil for now. I don't like dealing with monthly MRI tops. So I'm going to let this probably play out the rest of the month, and then we'll come back and reevaluate oil. And as mentioned yesterday, the S&P 500 is in a full-blown uptrend, and I remain very bullish on the S&P 500 from all angles. Understanding Bitcoin is another one of these only Bitcoin events, just like BitBlockBoom, where I'm standing. There's only about 4 of them in the world. There's Understanding Bitcoin. There is, of course, Unconfiscatable. We need to get this on sale because other stuff's starting to happen around March, and we will. Probably, well, month is already over, so next month for sure, this will be on sale. The first weekend of March in Las Vegas. This is a Bitcoin conference. This is a Bitcoin conference. You have BitBlockBoom, where I'm standing, and you have HODL, the Honey Badger by HODL. That's it. That's the list for Bitcoin conferences in the world. They are the only conferences that will only let Bitcoin companies sponsor and will only let Bitcoiners speak. As far as I know, that's the list. Maybe there'll be another Bitcoin conference one of these days, but that is the list. Also coming to Dubai, we have the Financial Summit, November 6 to 12. If you want to support, check out Vays. This is my travel schedule. Once I get a day or two, I will be in Miami after this for a little bit. I may go somewhere else. I'm supposed to be in Europe the rest of September, but I'll keep you guys posted on my travels. All right, check out BitBlockBoom live. Lunch is going to be over in about 30 minutes. So you guys can come back. Like I said, it was a great presentation by Parker Lewis as well. Other speakers were Dan Held, Surfer Jim. Who am I missing? Who all spoke? Surfer Jim. Oh, Jennifer, Jessica. No, Justine. Justine spoke. Yeah. Justine spoke. Remember everybody's names. There's Surfer Jim. There's Justine from On-Chain Capital. Yep. No, Mark Moss. Yep. He just came on the show. Sir, you want to come up, say a few words? We have time? No? Anyone else? Want to come up, say a few words? Man, people seem to love their privacy. I know, unlike some of us. All right, guys, I can take some questions from the audience. I'm just standing on stage waiting for people to show up. So this is a good time for a little public Q&A. I normally do the private Q&As. Was not going to do the private Q&A today. Let me pull your live chat up. I'm going to cut the screen share. So this is your shot. This is your shot for some public Q&A. Let me see here. All right, I got your live chat. Yes, Miss Hodel. Justine, Miss Hodel. Tone, why do you not use the 0.786 Fibonacci? I do sometimes. I don't find that Fibonacci to be all that great, but every time I kind of ignore it, it ends up being useful. It's just not like if I had to have like a priority of things, like Fibonacci's themselves are not that high on the list, and then that is like my least useful Fibonacci within the Fibonacci set. So, or maybe the 50% is almost as useless. All right, we do have about 300 live viewers, so you guys gotta have some questions. Tone, best way to get Bitcoin. Well, I'm not here to give you guys tax advice, but I will say the best way to get Bitcoin is exactly the same way as you would get gold. If someone asks you, how do you go get gold? Well, you get Bitcoin the same identical way you would get gold. So try to find a store or a shop or a person, and you exchange something for it, either paper money or, I don't know, sell some stuff that you have or whatever. Another next best way is to earn it. You know, try to find a skill or a product that someone is willing to give up their Bitcoin for. Hopefully not a shitcoin. All right, guys, any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to end the stream. I don't mind. I'll go hang out with people. Tone, what do you think of Jack Dorsey building a NFT platform on top of Bitcoin? I think it's stupid. Do I need to elaborate? Do you have any opinions on LVL exchange? I honestly don't. My only opinion is that Willy Woo is involved to some degree, maybe an advisor. I don't remember anymore. And what's his name? Jimmy Song is involved. I don't know to what degree, maybe an advisor. So if those two guys are involved, I trust their judgment. So I kind of trust LVL, but I don't use the exchange. It's not in my jurisdictions. And I don't really have much comment on things I don't actually use. I mean, I have their like affiliate link. I'm not really sure what that affiliate link's doing for me, but it's just there because I want to support my friends. What is the best Bitcoin accumulation strategy according to you? Well, so according to me, it's a combination of HODL and longer term position trading. I think that is the best accumulation strategy. So it combines your desire to HODL, and it also combines what Tyler Jenks teaches. So what you need to do is you need to find moving averages on a weekly scale you are comfortable with. And this is where I strongly recommend Lucid. Hyperwave. The old Hyperwave YouTube channel. I wonder if I could. No, I can't. All right, we're gonna navigate from here. So you want to go and watch the old Hyperwave YouTube channel, and from this channel, you will learn how Tyler Jenks used to trade long-term positions. Just go to the very first video and watch them all. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the BitBlockBoom thing, and I think that is the best. It combines longer term position trading so that day-to-day volatility doesn't actually knock you out of the market. So if you are using longer term moving averages, you would have been fully invested and fully in Bitcoin around here because the price is above all three moving averages and they are all rising, though not perfectly. Right here is the first time you see on this green star candle you see the short-term moving average, which for me is the 7 period, the 20 period moving average, and the 50 period moving average. These are my 3 moving averages on a weekly scale. You can also add the 200. So right on this green star candle is the time to be fully invested into Bitcoin, okay? And as you can see, the only thing that changes is that the 7 period moving average was slightly going down, and we did cross it. So maybe you lowered that allocation, so you're not buying as much Bitcoin. So you wait till it gets to like here, and then you buy in Bitcoin again, or that's when you allocate more to Bitcoin. And you're holding through this entire thing, okay? You captured all this gain. And here, the moving averages are going down, so you're exiting the market, okay? So you're not gonna be fully exiting because the biggest moving average never turned to the downside, okay? So that is another way to play the market. So you could have avoided, just like Tyler Jenks, you could have avoided the entire disastrous year of 2018 because you can see how the moving average are completely going down. And Tyler Jenks did not start buying Bitcoin until it started to cross $5,000. Yes, you might feel silly that you missed out buying at 3,000, but you also did not buy at 15,000 and all the way down. So yes, you're not going to catch the very bottom, but at least you will sleep fine at night that your Bitcoin, when you do buy Bitcoin, it's always rising, or at least it usually is rising. Or just dollar cost average, go to Swan. If you, Swan is one of the sponsors here. So if you go to Tone Vays affiliates page, check out Swan. Please don't use Coinbase. Coinbase is an atrocious company. So please use Swan if you are going to dollar cost into Bitcoin right there. All right, that was a very long answer to a very simple question. Let me see what's going on. Let me see your other chats. I'll close this one. All right. Can we get a speculative top call from you, or is that out of the question? No, it's not out of the question. So my speculative top call is approximately $150,000. That has been my top call for a long time. Guys like Plan B and Willy Woo have gotten me more bullish than I was in the beginning of the year and middle of the year. I am now back to my original position of a top being approximately $150,000. And then we're going to have a pullback down to $50,000, $60,000 area. And then we may have one more push into the $250,000 range. However, my range for the top is 150 to $250,000 on this cycle. I'm just being a little bit more conservative, and I am sticking with the low end. That's one of the things Tyler Jenks taught me, is that when you have to decide between two things, always go with the more conservative option. So my more conservative option is approximately $150,000. Hey guys, you want to start with the word question or with, tagging my name? Otherwise, it's really hard for me to see it. You want to capture my attention somehow. Do you think the market is getting a bit bubbly considering all the NFT BS? Not the Bitcoin market. The NFT BS got bubbly when an NFT got sold for more than $8. So that's when the bubble started. And look, you can never don't ever underestimate the stupidity of people. My watch is an NFT, by the way. This is an NFT. Let me show you what makes it an NFT. I'm gonna stop the screen share. This watch is an NFT because on the side of the watch, there is a number. I don't know if you can see it there. You see the number? I'll have to take it off. There's a number on the side of that watch. Where is it? Come on, focus. Focus, camera, focus. Doesn't want to focus. Need a better camera. I left my camera in Mexico, guys. Anyway, this number says 1 out of 200 because you couldn't see it because it didn't focus. And that's an NFT. There's only one of these. There's only one. There's one watch, and it's physical. It's not a picture of a watch. It's a watch. Okay, I can take a picture of this watch. It's a unique watch. There will not be another one in the world. It's the only one. I can take a picture of this watch, and I can anchor this picture into my website, and I can give you some bullshit story how this will be the only picture of this watch that will ever exist. And some idiot's gonna maybe buy it for $1 million, but I have some ethics in my life, so I'm not gonna do that. So that's basically what an NFT is. An NFT is a picture of a Michael Jordan rookie card. Some idiot is paying more than the Jordan rookie card. Eventually, people will understand. But eventually could be in a decade, right? Just like with Ethereum. Can we set up alerts for bottom and tops in TradingView using the MRI? So I actually have a service that I need to launch. The answer is you kind of could, but it's also complicated. And I really don't want to spend my time teaching people how to set those alerts up. So and they're kind of limited by TradingView. So we built a service. It's not going to be free, but it's a very good alert service. Once I finally start showing it publicly on streams and people are already beta testing it, a couple of friends of mine, that's going to be a very useful service. DCA works. Yeah, of course DCA works. DCA is great. You can go to Ugly Old Goat channel or blog to read about all the DCA. There's nothing wrong with DCA. People find DCA like they want to do something. Well, if DCA isn't your thing and you want to do something, try to find a longer term strategy based on moving averages or something else on a bigger weekly scale picture. When do you think the traditional markets are going to crash? When there was huge, like when the US breaks up, basically. Like something like crazy, like something has to happen. Like it's political. It's not going to be economic. Like this is the thing. Like the stock market is not going to crash because of printing too much money or because of anything economic. It's going to crash due to politics. Politics, Zimbabwe, politics, Venezuela, politics. It's going to crash because of politics, okay? If the US gets into a major war, if, for example, here's another one, and I read this from Martin Armstrong on his blog like 7 years ago, back when Obama was president. And he was saying that America will fall when America's enemies no longer have any respect for the military or the commander-in-chief of your nation. So the example that he gave in his blog site was basically that's the way Rome fell, is that the Persian leader no longer had respect for the Roman leader, and one of the Persian leaders captured the Roman Empire and turned them into his personal slave to use as his like footstool. So the example he gave was, well, imagine if Obama is flying an Air Force One and all of a sudden Air Force One gets redirected and someone like Putin basically captures Obama and just throws him in his personal prison cell in his office. Now with Obama, that wasn't going to happen, and that sure as hell wasn't going to happen with Trump. But now we have Biden. And you can already see the respect that the Taliban has for Biden. And that needs to change real soon. Because if Biden or Kamala, well, it's not going to be Biden president again, but the complete loss of respect for the commander-in-chief of the United States, which is the world reserve currency and the world superpower, that is going to destroy the US stock market. Now, the companies like Netflix and Apple and some of the others, they can just, move on to other countries. So we'll see what happens, but it's a political event. It's not an economic event that's going to crash the stock market. It'll be a political event unless the stock market goes up way too much. unless the market goes up way too much. So if you see right now the S&P 500 is what, 4,500 points, let's say. So if the stock market doubles in the next, say, 2 years, then it can crash. So you're looking at least a 25% appreciation for at least several years. So think of what happened in the NASDAQ. Then if you thought that the NASDAQ was a bubble in 1999, you missed out on a 25% gain in its final year. So if the S&P 500 does something like that, if the S&P 500 has something like that, then yeah, then it can crash. Okay, so let's see if there's any other questions. Oh, wait, my computer is draining power. I need to plug it in. Yeah, I'll stand here on stage until people kick me off because people are coming in for the event or my battery dies. When do you, oh yeah, it was the traditional market stuff. I go with the cool. Okay. What hits new all-time high, Bitcoin or S&P? S&P hit a new high on Friday, guys. Come on, pay attention to the charts. S&P hit a new high on Friday. New all-time high. Tone, do you think the market is getting a bit? Okay, I think we talked about that already. If you are new to the space, please don't be fooled by this NFT and shit. Yeah, I agree. Can you draw a hyperwave? We tried. I tried drawing a hyperwave. I'm having trouble drawing a hyperwave on Bitcoin right now. I can't make it work. We did it in one of the private chats. Is this my hyperwave chart? I think I already closed it. I can't. I was not able to properly draw a hyperwave. All right, more questions. What are your thoughts on strategies to minimize, not avoid, taxes when trading Bitcoin? I don't know. Talk to your accountant. I fully minimize my taxes by trading GBTC in a Roth IRA, self-directed Roth IRA. I can trade all I want and I'll never pay taxes. Not now, not in the future, but with the current administration, who the hell knows? They can change the laws. That's really just asked me about PIVX. I did a crypto scam on PIVX like 5 years ago explaining why it's a scam. How is that shitcoin still functioning? Just find it. Just like when people ask me, Tone, what are your thoughts on scam X? Just Google the word scam, your favorite token, and my name. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. Tone, did you know that I don't want to say certain words. A certain person who was hiding out in a cave in some country, but got found in Pakistan, supported Biden. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, I don't understand what on earth possessed. It's insane. I don't want to get too political, but it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. What if I won't live past 50? I don't know, with my lifestyle, it's gonna be close. Guys, living, I mean, there's gonna be some serious global reorganization this decade. Like I said, it depends on who's the next president, but the probability of the United States being as it is right now with 50 states by 2030 is very questionable. Very questionable. What's my favorite country to live in? I don't have a favorite country to live in. I can list some of my favorite countries. Some of them I will never go back to again, probably. Like Hong Kong has always been one of my favorite countries, but now it's a little problematic. I really enjoyed Colombia. I'm liking Mexico right now. My couple of my other favorite countries have, I really like Singapore, but I don't think I'm ever going back there again. They went really tyrannical on their population. You have Ukraine and Georgia, Republic of Georgia and Ukraine have been some of my favorite countries that I've been to. Dubai is pretty cool, but I don't know if I'd live there full time. A private island. I can't afford that. Didn't get into Bitcoin early enough. But even a private island is hard. Like, you got to defend it. So whichever country sold you that island, they can take it back. Blockchain ain't gonna help you. Well, Abu Dhabi has a vaccine mandate, so Abu Dhabi's out. I don't see how they're going to compete with Dubai if Dubai doesn't have a vaccine mandate. But this is the good thing about UAE. There are like 7 autonomous regions, which is kind of like the United States is, where you have 50 autonomous states, but every passing day since in the last 200 years, the federal government takes away the states' rights to do pretty much most things. And that's the problem. Like, the 50 states should have a lot more autonomy over what's going on within those borders. Texas should put in a law. No one with the California license can move here. They have to live somewhere else for a year. Am I wrong? If the US splits but maintains one military, no, it won't. No, it won't. It won't maintain one military if it splits. So there'll be different militaries. And the majority of the military is from the Midwest, right? So there are not a lot of New Yorkers or Californians are going into that military. It's it's mostly Midwest boys and girls. Oh, that's an interesting take. Once the percentage of homeowners falls below 50%, the renters will take our homes. Oh yeah, you can just change the law, right? Yeah, I'm not really into real estate. Like, the wave of socialism is so strong that the only private property that's actually private is your Bitcoin, and everything else is confiscatable, which is a great plug for the Unconfiscatable conference, which should go on sale next month. Is Tanzania still good? No, not really. The president got, and Tanzania is not that good anymore. Am I coming to Vegas for WSOP? You know, I've been like traveling and like playing poker, and man, I'm so tempted. But I think this year it's happening at a time when I'm in Dubai. But I don't know. Maybe it's time to finally enter the main event just for fun. Maybe I'll crowdfund next year my entry fee. We'll see how that goes. Cape Town, South Africa. I like Cape Town, but I'm a little worried about South Africa. I like Cape Town. Bitcoin has a confidence issue. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. What city, country has been the best to travel to during COVID? Mexico. Mexico. It's been the best travel to during COVID. Dubai was okay, but there was still a mask mandate there, even though, but at least the restaurants were open. I managed to get to Turkey as well. Tanzania was great. Tanzania, Zanzibar. You kind of have to deal with their quality of service. It's not exactly Thailand or Vietnam, but yeah, it's unfortunate having the Southeast Asian forever. All right, we got people coming in. Anyone want to jump on a live stream and talk about something? The project, the conference, Bitcoin. Stage is open until we get kicked off or my battery dies. I'll say something. Freedom, talk about whatever. Just trying to get me banned. Got people coming back in for the conference now.
You did some live streams from DC in the spring?
I did. Well, not the spring. I don't know if I want to go back there. I did the live streams from January 6th. I've been talking about it too, because they're like a race in history of what actually happened that day. And like I was there. Then I have people telling me that I didn't see what I saw with my own eyes. I'm like, like you're lying about what happened on the 6th. I'm like, really? I was there. Were you? Yeah. Should I stop? Ah, okay, cool. Okay. Well, I don't care. Like your audio test on my stream is like way better than my technical issues all the time. So you're yeah, no, we're gonna no, that's fine. It gives it authenticity that I'm not in front of a green screen. Miami is where spending most of my time. What do you think it would take for the US to start mining Bitcoin? You mean the government? Oh God, that's not going to happen. For starters, we can't have 3 branches of government controlled by the socialists. Let's start there. What are your thoughts on countries making their own digital currencies? That's inevitable. Every country, they already have a digital currency. Like this is what like baffles me. Every country has had a digital currency for decades. All they're doing is eliminating paper cash. There's really no difference. It's already there. Yeah, Michael, I agree. The US doesn't need to mine Bitcoin. They can just steal it, right? They can take it from Grayscale. They can take it from Coinbase. They can take it from Gemini. That's the problem, right? The problem is these countries are US based. These countries have not, sorry, these companies are US based. And if the US dollar is collapsing, if the US government is breaking up, they will go after wealth, and the best wealth is Bitcoin. So if these companies do not decentralize, they're gonna watch their Bitcoin being potentially confiscated from their cold storage, and there'll be nothing they can do about it, because all you have to do to get Coinbase's Bitcoin is arrest all their senior management and the CTO, all the people that control the multi-sig private key, and you have their Bitcoin. So another way to think about it is, We're going to go back to the Afghanistan example, where you have the Taliban just took over Afghanistan. So imagine if for some crazy reason, Coinbase was domiciled in Afghanistan and all of their senior management was in Afghanistan. What do you think happens to that Bitcoin? They're going to give it up for their own freedom. So theoretically, this isn't that different than in the United States. Like if shit hits the fan and this company and the senior management of this company is within its borders and they know who they are, that Bitcoin is potentially at risk of confiscation. And this is why the future of companies is no domicile whatsoever. You couldn't do that before. You could not have a company without a domicile. But now that the currency is Bitcoin and the currency itself is decentralized, you can have a company. Like, for example, Vays could be a stateless person with a company that is actually stateless because it accepts Bitcoin. Now, it creates some other problems. It becomes difficult to, well, if I'm a scammer, how does someone sue me? What jurisdiction would it be in? It will create significant other problems, but it resolves others. And the biggest thing that it resolves is a honeypot of Bitcoin potentially seized by someone with a bigger gun. Tone, how are you going to get around Europe with the Vax passport? Very carefully. I haven't figured it all out yet. I haven't had the time. It's my to-do list for the weekend. All right, guys. They're going to do a sound test. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. We are at BitBlockBoom. Check out their live stream. I'm just going to show the live stream one more time. So right there, it is in the video description. It is on the 4-minute Bitcoin show YouTube channel. This is the BitBlockBoom conference. Please support other Bitcoin conferences like Understanding Bitcoin in Dubai, the Financial Summit, which is more financial, not Bitcoin, and Unconfiscatable coming to Vegas the first weekend of March. Tickets on sale next month. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please support through my website with products and services, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye, guys.